All right, today we're going to put a really common, everyday word under the microscope: condition. You probably use it all the time without even thinking about it. But have you ever stopped to consider what makes it one of the most powerful words in the English language? Let's find out. So it turns out condition is on this special list, the basic English list, which has just 850 words that are considered absolutely essential for learning the language. Now, when you hear basic, you probably think simple, right? But as we're about to see, in language, basic almost never means simple. So what does it take to get on that list? What exactly earns a word such an essential status? Well, today we're going to unpack all the different jobs that condition does to figure out why it's one of the most versatile and crucial words you can possibly know. First up, let's look at condition when it's a noun. And I really want you to think of it like a Swiss Army knife. You know, that one single tool that has a bunch of different, incredibly useful functions packed inside. Its first job, and maybe the most common one you hear, is describing a person's state of health. In this sense, it's pretty neutral. It just gives us a quick snapshot of their overall well-being at that moment. For instance, a doctor checks a patient's condition just to get a general update. But, and this is where it gets really fascinating, with just a tiny shift in context, that same word takes on a whole different meaning, right there in the same hospital room. In this second sense, condition isn't a neutral status update anymore. Nope. Instead, it directly points to a specific health problem, like an illness or a chronic disorder. It literally goes from describing to diagnosing. And this is a perfect example of that. Here, a heart condition isn't just a status update, it's the diagnosis itself. It's the name of the specific problem. Isn't that amazing? That's a ton of work for one little word to do. So the crucial point is the difference between asking, "What's his condition?" which is just asking for a status, and stating, "He has a condition," which identifies a specific ailment. It's the same word, but it's playing two distinct roles, moving from a really broad overview to something super specific. Okay, now let's take condition out of the hospital completely, because it's not just for people. We use it all the time to describe the physical state of objects, from cars to houses to collectibles. See, here, condition is all about quality, about wear and tear. It's an incredibly efficient way to just sum up the overall physical state of a thing, whether it's a car, a house, or even a used book you're looking at online. And the noun form has one more vital job. It sets the rules. A condition can be a requirement or a prerequisite. I mean, just think about the terms and conditions you agree to online. Those are literally the rules you have to meet to use a service. Okay, so we've seen how much of a powerhouse the noun is. But what happens when condition becomes a verb? Well, it transforms from describing a static state into an action that actively causes change. As a verb, to condition is all about action. It means to actively influence or shape the state of something or someone. It's truly a word of transformation. A key meaning of the verb is to train or adapt something or someone to a new situation. You know, it's the whole process of making a new environment or a new set of rules feel totally normal. This example is just perfect. It's not really just about the weather, is it? It's about a process of personal change. The speaker's body and mind have been trained or conditioned to accept that San Diego climate as the standard. It is the action of adaptation. So let's just step back for a second and look at the big picture here. We've seen condition describe health, a state of objects, and even rules. We've also seen it as a verb of adaptation. So what is it that makes this one word so incredibly powerful? It's because condition isn't just a word, it's a root. It's the foundation for a whole family of ideas. Something can be conditional, a person can be conditioned, we use hair conditioner, and we can even recondition an old engine. All of that springing from one core concept. And that right there is the real insight. The words on that basic English list, they aren't simple, they're foundational. They're like the load-bearing walls of the language, the core tools that allow us to build complex, nuanced ideas. So our little deep dive proves that sometimes the most common words are actually the most extraordinary. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a single basic word holds this much meaning, what other powerful secrets are hiding in plain sight all across the English language?